Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. Welcome to ChrisStillBeTalkin, the only K-pop reaction channel on the whole of YouTube. Because facts. And welcome to a brand new ATEEZ video, and as you've seen by the title, this will be a reaction for part 1 of the ultimate guide to ATEEZ, and this is the 2023 version from the channel of all the Kennys. Now I did see that they had originally done ultimate guide to ATEEZ, I think it was like maybe 2020, but this is a more recent updated one. As you noticed, well, if you are an 18e and you've already come across the ultimate guide, you would notice that that is an hour and 36-minute guide reaction, which, oh my goodness, that like is going to be full of so much information and I'm super gassed. But I have to be realistic. I don't think the algorithm would be able to handle an hour and 36-minute video from myself, and I had actually asked in previous ATEEZ videos whether you would be fine with me breaking it into 2 parts, and quite a lot of you let me know that you were happy with me breaking it into 2 parts. So this will be like around 45 minutes. So make sure you got yourself some water. If you enjoy coffee, tea, whatever you need to make sure you're nice and comfy. Also, if you enjoy this video, do hit a thumbs up. And if you feel like you want to let me know any more information, or there might have been some info that's kind of missed out from this, or some new updated stuff, feel free to let me know. I'll be more than happy to read your comments. And make sure if you enjoy this video and you're an 18e, do share it to other 18es, because one, I haven't uploaded it in a while because I'm busy with work and I need to make sure that like I'm okay. I don't like burn myself out because I'm working full time and doing this and doing Patreon. So if you do want extra content as well, make sure you check out the Patreon. But if you do want to just support me for free, make sure you just hit a thumbs up, feel free to comment and share, and that's literally the bare minimum. So if you guys are ready for this, let's get into it. All right. Oh. I was gonna say, isn't that the KQ start?
A quick spoiler disclaimer. This guide will include various clips from music videos, stages and more.
I'm here for it.
If you don't want them to be spoiled, I suggest watching them first and then coming back to this guide after. Now, onto the video.
No. Get us into the guide. Also, make sure to go follow the original content creator, who is, one second, let me just make sure the name is there. So make sure you go follow of all the Kennys. I'll leave a link down to the YouTube channel and also obviously to this video as well. So send traffic there, say Chris is still be talking, or Chris is talking sent you, and also subscribe to them, especially if you're an 18e, for making this awesome guide. So huge thank you as well. Oh, I thought, there you go. Time to learn about these gentlemen. ATEEZ.
ATEEZ is an 8-member South Korean boy band formed by KQ Entertainment. The group consists of Hongjoong, Seonghwa, Yunho, Hongjoong.
I'm looking forward to understanding the context to like some of these clips. I've heard great things about San. He's meant to be a great popper. And Wooyoung as well.
And Jongho.
The vocal.
This is how they pronounce their names.
My name is Seonghwa. My name is Hongjoong.
So,
We are ATEEZ.
talk about charismatic. Wait. That's from that meme that was like when they're wearing, what was it, like that gym video when from like the 70s or 80s, I think it's from the 80s, and they're wearing their leotards. No. Or is it the kids? I think I'm mixing my memes up. I think this, yeah, this is the kids when they're coming down from the. Give me a second. I'm gonna find. Dun. See, I knew I wasn't crazy. I was like, where have I seen this? So I thought the dance was from another meme when everyone's wearing the leotards, but no, this is from that meme. I love that they've done that.
My name is and
And oh, okay.
It's
It's gonna start dancing.
Probably very excited to learn new facts about the members.
Very excited. Look at my face.
Before that, I would like to tell you some things about ATEEZ as a group.
These clips from these variety shows. Ooh.
ATEEZ debuted on October 24th, 2018, with double title tracks Pirate King and Treasure.
Yeah, I remember Pirate King and Treasure. I actually did a reaction when that dropped. Oh. Okay. So we've done a reaction to a few of the videos, but I've done them over a spread, just over time, and with loads of other reactions to other idols in between. So I think this is the reason why I really need to sit down, which is why I'm glad to have sat down to do this reaction, because golly, considering I've done so many reactions to them, it's almost illegal, the fact that I don't know some of the members' names. Well, the members' names. Okay, this is one I haven't seen. Okay, so the Zero Fever are the ones I haven't seen.
The reason for this is that ATEEZ often involves fans and the public in choosing which song is going to be their title track. By a process of listening to clips and watching previews of...
That's cool, really getting people involved. It's kind of like... I think that's cool because it's not just like them just releasing tracks, but it means that as time goes on, you like the audience, the fan base, the 18 themselves feel like they've had an input into the development of this awesome group.
Both songs, then voting. So though 2 music videos come out, only one is the true official title track. Their other title tracks include Say My Name, Wonderland.
Wait. So out of Pirate King and the other one, Treasure, which one was their official one then? Was it Pirate King?
Answer: Fireworks, Gorilla, and Halazia. While ATEEZ
I've done a
is
reaction
known
to
for
a
their
few of them.
distinct
Halazia was
and
fucking
unlike
awesome.
songs, most people don't know that ATEEZ is a group that frequently visits their softer, more sentimental side.
So this is the side of ATEEZ that I'm looking forward to seeing as well. The ballad side. Yeah, so I haven't seen the sit-down versions of them singing. I've just seen them like, or maybe I have, in Kingdom. I feel like in Kingdom they did a couple covers, but I don't know if it was for like the more ballad stuff. Wait. Okay, one of the parts I think I might need to check out like 3 or 4.
Current position as the 4th-gen leaders of K-pop. But describing their past and where they started is an even better story. ATEEZ come from a very small company. They were the very first trainees to come from KQ. They didn't have much money when they started.
That's why, well, I'm presuming that's why they were called KQ Fellas, so they were literally the mascots.
Which is noticeable when you watch their debut music videos. Treasure and Pirate King, though was shot in more raw code, involved using free sets to spend the least amount of money.
Yeah, I remember reading that you guys mentioned
it
was done in Morocco.
Of the Treasure official music video. All of this makes it even more remarkable that ATEEZ is where they are now.
The fact that it was done like that.
At the beginning, every week when they would get to a music show, they had to shorten their songs just to get a spot. They would even skip a week sometimes. At a recent interview with It's Live, San said that they really didn't have anything and came up from nothing.
See, this is when you know this is pure passion. And like, I understand now why Teeny have such like, well, just love this group so much. Especially when you're seeing a group or a person or your favorite idol or somebody you look up to grow in their career. So you see them from like where they start off, and you see that they don't have as much like resources as their peers, and then you notice where they are now. It's like, wow, you can truly appreciate the growth, and this is sweet.
The first member to join KQ and the group was Hongjoong. One could say that he literally sacrificed his sweat and tears to get ATEEZ to where they are now. While KQ is a small entertainment
So who's the leader
that
of
most people have
ATEEZ
never
then?
heard of, the talent that comes from it is nowhere near small.
See, I know them more for their
ATEEZ's
dancing and
producing team
performance.
includes Eden and Edenery, a special production team consisting of Eden, Buddy, Lee's, Alander, Pepperoni, HLB, and Olive. It also includes Hongjoong.
Anybody else apart from me just get hungry there because of the names? The names out there looking like freaking ingredients.
and Mingy.
That's
Just
obviously
like
a joke.
their producers, ATEEZ's choreographers, BB Trippin, are top tier and have played a big part in who they are today.
Yeah, their choreos are fucking intense. But shout out to them
KQ Entertainment
performing
is an
them
extremely
at a high
small
level.
company. ATEEZ has an amazingly close relationship to the staff and everyone in the company. The CEO, Abuji, the Korean word for father.
2022 January concert. I've done some concert reactions already for other groups. TVXQ, 17, not Astro, 2 PM. Look at him now.
They've even attended and sang at 2 weddings last year, one for a staff member and the other for their main producer Eden.
That is so nice. Yes. Look at these distinguished gentlemen.
In 2018, ATEEZ spent a month in Los Angeles preparing for their debut. At this time,
the debut?
as trainees, they were called KQ Fellas.
Ah, this is the
training
version of
in
them I
Los
know.
Angeles proved better than anyone could have ever imagined. Because when ATEEZ came back,
So that explains their hip hop flair. Them as KQ fellas, I straight up thought they were just good. That they were just dancers. Like, this is the reason why it's like through all the groups. I mean, like, it's interesting because there's now like Gen 5 with friggin' Rise and then Hyper and all of them lot, but they're one of the groups where it's like I generally would be like, are they a dance group or are they idols? And like obviously you can say the same with like if 17 were to be all like dressed up as ninjas and stuff, where you wouldn't be able to see the different members and they were to dance, I'd kind of think the same about them. This is why on my top in the tier list for the best dancer tier list, I remember, did I put ATEEZ as an S class? I feel like I should have after KQ fellas, but I remember put them really high, like ATEEZ, 17, golly.
they arrived as performance monsters. In May of 2018,
Yeah, so
KQ
fucking
Fellas
epic.
unleashed 3 viral performance videos to the world, carving out a name for themselves as one of the best dance groups in the K-pop industry.
Yeah, facts. As a group as well. So like as a group, because obviously every K-pop group has like 1 or 2 dancers who are like phenomenal, and then everyone else is like, say like you have 1 or 2 members in the group that'll be like a 10 out of 10, and then there'll usually be like the rest will be minimum 7 out of 10. So then there'll be moments where there'll be like solos and it'll be like, oh cool, like the group split apart, these 2-3 members are now gonna just go off on a dance break, everyone comes back together again into like a really clean choreo. But like ATEEZ, when they're KQ fellas, I remember watching them and just being blown away. Every single one of them, I was like, what the fuck, what is this?
Of what it was intended to, then you should be leaving here as an 18, unless you were already one to begin with. 18, the name of ATEEZ's fandom, is a combination of the words ATEEZ and destiny. If you should know anything about ATEEZ,
I was wondering where the
it's
team
that
came from.
every facet of their history is a testament to the fact that ATEEZ was meant to be. The fandom
destiny
name was
to be,
announced
yeah?
on November 17, 2018, creating one of the most important songs in ATEEZ's discography, Star 1117. Star 1117
I haven't
is a
heard
song made for fans
this one.
and is one of the ending songs ATEEZ sings at their concert. It means a lot to ATEEZ and ATEENIes, and it has the tendency to make us emotional.
Ah, damn. Especially when people have been rocking you from the beginning. It can give a slight level of imposter syndrome, knowing where you are now.
Recently, at the last stop in their second world tour in 2022, ATEENIes, in conjunction with Hello 82 and KQ, laid a surprise gift for ATEEZ that ended in nostalgic and grateful tears.
What
It was a
happened?
video of their journey from the beginning, the heartfelt thoughts of ATEENIes all over the country that had gone to see them in concert, and a serenade from us to them.
That's imagine you go to a concert to perform for your fans and your fans have got a present for you. That is sweet. That is cool, man.
ATEEZ also involved ATEENIes in the process of creating their light stick, which was aptly named Lightini. Many people wonder how the name ATEEZ came about. It was voted on by KQ and the ATEEZ members themselves.
Okay.
It stands for Everything Teenagers A to Z. They were to be a group
Everything
that
Teenagers A
encapsulated
to
and
Z.
fully
Ah.
personified everything teenagers go through, both the good and the bad.
Yeah, I guess during the
And
teenage
ATEEZ
years they were
truly
growing.
does that. You can read
as a group,
any
right?
of ATEEZ's lyrics and feel the true emotion that they evoke out of someone. They are meant to inspire, to sympathize with, and to give strength to those that listen.
This is why it's important to try and watch videos with lyrics if possible. Some, well, depending on how old the videos are, so not really with ATEEZ because they were more on the modern side, but like if you're looking at more like the first and second gen, and even some third gen idols, they didn't really feel the need to translate. And I guess also the growth of K-pop to the West and to the rest of the world as well, as kind of shows why there's a lot more like translations to stuff, and also just how the West is a lot more open to listening to songs that aren't English, which is something that, like, unless you was already watching things with subtitles, or unless you're bilingual or you have a multi-heritage, then that would just be normal. Like I come from like a Congolese French speaking background, so for me, listening to things and reading subtitles and stuff like that was never really an issue, and then it helped with anime, and then now it's like with K-pop, so I've always been a bit more open to that. But I can imagine that over the past few years, with how just the growth of K-pop and expansion of it, like it's very important to read the lyrics if you can. So I want to try and do more lyric reactions like for these kind of stuff. I'm not too sure how they'd work though on YouTube, because sometimes I feel like the B-sides to some songs are some of the more emotional songs, so not just like ATEEZ, but to a lot of my favorite idols, but they end up just doing a reaction on Patreon because there's times when like the B-sides are the ones that get blocked for some weird reason. But hey,
ATEEZ introduces themselves with the chant 8 makes one team. Family,
8 makes
and
one team.
relationship are extremely important to them.
자, 둘, 셋.
what's with the feet?
인사드리겠습니다. 둘, 셋.
8 makes one team. That's cool. 8 makes one team.
하나, 둘, 셋.
8 makes one team. Yeah.
네. 에이티즈 고마워요. 에이티즈 화이팅!
I love that they have it with their feet as well.
And even when one member is unable to be there at the time, ATEEZ never allows them to be forgotten.
Make sure that like he's still involved. It's like,
그렇지. 오케이. 민기 집에서 발 해야 돼. 발 일어서서 해야 돼.
발 꺼내, 당장 꺼내.
자 간다. 다 같이 해야 돼.
모여.
자. 둘, 셋. MX 원팀 화이팅! 감사합니다. 우리 에이티즈
making sure that he's there on the speakerphone.
Another chant you should know about is ATEEZ present, which is frequently said in the beginning of their songs. It's not always there, but when it is, it's an indication that things are about to get crazy.
Huh?
If you have watched even
That's
just a
getting
couple
crazy, you
of
know?
ATEEZ's music videos, you will notice a pattern of ending scenes. They are the puzzle pieces.
Yeah,
ATEEZ
like there's like a
gives to
lore
us
to the
string
music
together
videos.
Their storyline. Even though, according to Hongjoong, they have yet to reveal even half of it. Explaining the storyline should be left to rocket scientists at MIT. But what ATEEZ can tell you...
Okay, so I don't feel too bad then, because like sometimes I'm like, not just with ATs, but with other idols and groups that have like laws in a music video, like storylines that kind of tie in together. I'm always like, oh no, like what could it mean? And sometimes, like, there isn't necessarily a full meaning, if you know what I mean. But it's kind of weird that I said if you know what I mean. But I like the fact that it's like they're still putting it together. So I'm curious to maybe go through like some, I say Reddit, and go through like what people feel the lore is, if you know what I mean. Because if they haven't got it themselves, I'm curious to see what the ATEEZ have put together to decide what they think is going on.
Is that ATEEZ are pirates. The ATEEZ universe involves alter egos, referred to respectively as LAKEYs, and time travel. Which is why you see the sand clock so often, even though in ATEEZ lore, it is called a chromer. There are two universes, Universe A and Universe C. This fact also ties into their name.
Why C? Why not Universe B or E or D?
A2Z. In their convoluted
okay.
timeline, ATEEZ travel dimensions as well. Throughout ATEEZ's music videos, you will find them in the desert, at a school, in a ship in the sky, and even trapped.
Yeah, I've recognized a lot of their pirate
thematics
thematics.
In and out of their present and past. If you would like to delve deeper into ATEEZ's lore, I suggest watching their Zero Fever Part 1 diary film, the World Movement trailers, and the spin-off from the Witness prologue and epilogue.
Alright, I'm going to need one of yous to write the order of how I need to go through them, alright? And I'll most likely do early previews on Patreon, and then I'll like kind of send links on the community board so you guys can know when I've uploaded them, especially if like some of them are long, or if there's like a series, then I'll make sure to like watch it in my spare time or to upload it onto there, or if I do have time to upload it onto here, because obviously I'm a multi-fandom channel, so I do reactions to like I did reactions to a lot of other stuff. I haven't done that many this year. I say this year, it's only the fucking 12th, but been busy with work. But I do want to try and, if I can't necessarily upload it straight away, at least have like an early access or a free version of it on Patreon.
ATEEZ is known for many things, the most prominent being masters of performance. It is
Yeah,
often
they absolutely
said that the worst
slayed.
dancer in ATEEZ could rightly be the main dancer in another group.
Yeah.
ATEEZ has been highly praised by multiple
Absolutely love that. Absolutely love that.
choreographers, including Leah Kim, Sienna Lalo, Kyo Madrid, Honey J Knows, and Sean Lu. They have collaborated with, worked with,
Got
praised,
some
and covered ATEEZ.
big people.
ATEEZ is revered by younger artists as role models both on and off stage, and are praised by experts.
And they seem to have like
And here's
really
the
good
top
energy
group
as
to watch
well.
out for.
Really positive energy. Is that Lip J? No. I don't know why I thought that was Lip J. Eric Nam. Oh, Bang-chan. Of course, NCT. Mose, where you at? Look, Rain is technically my first ever K-pop idol that I listened to, and that was from my best friend from secondary school, his younger sister. So this would have been in 2004. It was the first time that I listened to Rain, because she was just playing some stuff. I was like, who's this guy? And then I was like, he's not speaking English. And then I watched the music video, and I was like, oh, cool. And I was really into R&B and Usher and stuff. So I was like, this is like a Korean Usher. Like, what's going on? Energy wise. Yeah, ATEEZ's performance is mad. Kingdom really proved it as well.
is why ATEEZ has been on the show Immortal Songs 5 times and won 3 times.
Golly.
ATEEZ made history by being the only 4th generation K-pop group to do so, and also the fastest K-pop group ever to win it 3 times. You will never find an ATEEZ stage lacking, and ATEEZ take a lot of pride in that fact. Psy himself said that—
Yeah, the fact that they have like a member that is just phenomenal as a vocalist. Phenomenal. I mean, they're like, I haven't had a lot of their solos, but in Kingdom is when I got to hear like one of the members just go absolutely nuts with the vocals, and I mentioned before. So as we go through this guide, I'm looking forward to seeing him. But then also the fact that I know them more as dancers and performers, but they can also do ballads and vocals. This is how you know they're like a great group.
all of my junior artists do their best, but ATEEZ's specialty is that they work hard and do well. In my personal opinion, I think they're the next generation K-pop leaders. ATEEZ's legendary
Psy, yeah?
skills, effort, and talent has gotten them far over these past 3 years. And as a result, a huge increase in fans has become overwhelmingly evident. While ATEEZ sold out their entire world tour just 4 months after debuting, the exponential increase in size and venue is quite shocking. ATEEZ's 2019 concert in New York boasted of 800 people for their sold-out 2020 tour, which was postponed to 2022. That number shot up to 19,500.
God, whoa. Will you go from 800 to 19,000? Shut the fuck.
ATEEZ's hard work and talent brought KQ out of the millions of dollars in debt the company went into in order to debut them. It turned 431st day sales for their debut.
But I hope they got paid. It's all well and good that they got the KQ Entertainment, like that KQ Entertainment invested in them, but at the same time, I hope that like they also got paid, because I'm aware of how tight a lot of their contracts can be, and how like you could be in a great group but you may not necessarily have the best contract, and when you're signing on to groups or companies when you're young, especially in the entertainment industry, especially, well, I know I mentioned when you're young, but you're probably most likely your first agency or group that you've gone into, there's a very high chance that you won't really understand the full context of like the contract. And I say that because it's like, with how much hard work they put into it, I hope that they're getting their bread, because they're putting in work, man. They're putting in work. And I know obviously they've invested in them and it's millions and blah, blah. But at the same time, it's like, it's great, the investments, but let's make sure our boys are getting paid. Let's make sure they're eating good.
Album into 1.1 million pre-orders for their July 2022 comeback. ATEEZ have also gotten the opportunity to make several original soundtracks for dramas and anime shows.
What? Wait, that's Lookism, right? Yeah. I love manhwas and webtoons. Yeah, that's my shit. I grew up reading mangas, and then as time went on, I felt like I'm also a simple guy who likes colours, so reading webtoons and manhwas just helped a lot more to just flow, considering I spent like over a decade reading mangas. So like Lookism, I'm up to date with Lookism, and I love that shit. So low-key, I want to kind of like also make content on manhwas and webtoons, but I don't know if people would. I don't know if people would come. I don't know.
Their hard work and endurance has made them the best-selling non-Big 4 K-pop artist. The
What's the Big 4 K-pop artist? I'm gonna find out. 1 second. Alright, it says here on the Googles that on an online forum, netizens are exploring the international footprint and overall success of the songs released by the artists from HYBE, JYP, YG, and SM. Okay, I knew JYP, YG, and SM. HYBE, I knew, obviously they're big, because I understand that you have groups like, what's it called again? 17 are in HYBE. I don't know other. I know that HYBE acquired a few other a few other groups and artists and companies, but yeah, I might need to go into do like a little research video into like the Big 4. Yeah, because so KQ, with how big they are, wouldn't they? I guess you might have to make it the big five now, right? Or is it just keeping it at four? Because I know it used to be the big three: JYP, YG, and SM. So now you've got the big four, and then with the success of them, of ATEEZ, and now going into the fifth generation of idols with Rise and the rest of them, like Rise, Boy Next Door, and I'm literally just saying boy groups. I really do apologize, but do you know what I mean? I'm curious as to if by now they'll start possibly thinking of putting KQ in the big four, or would they need to have other groups in KQ? Yeah, so who are the other big artists from KQ, or would you say like the majority of, or would you say like ATEEZ's shoulders are hurting from carrying KQ?
Has marked them by experts, professionals, and fellow idols as one of the top and very best performers in the entire K-pop industry. Not only have fans recognized their abilities, but it seems others have too. After the American leg of their 2022 tour, ATEEZ's stay had to be lengthened due to the high demand for interviews.
That's what you want to hear.
ATEEZ was even invited to interview and perform at the Grammy Museum, making them the fourth K-pop group and the very first fourth-generation K-pop group to be invited.
Goddamn!
ATEEZ
Look at them legs.
About
my hips could never.
How they feel about us. In fact, ATEEZ has a phenomenal relationship with their fans. They are not afraid to be emotional with us, and that is what makes ATEEZ and ATEEZ so close. All in all,
also, like, feel free to pause and read all those comments.
It's clear that ATEEZ, while notably sharing one brain cell between the 8 of them, are some of the most genuine, heartfelt, and hardworking individuals in the K-pop industry. Not only do they not know when to slow down and relax, that is why we receive an entire stage performance whenever they upload a dance practice.
Every single time,
man.
Man.
Part of who they are is rooted in staying humble and kind. So, it makes sense that on May 8, 2020, the Korean Ministry of Culture, Sports, and Tourism named ATEEZ as their 2020 promotional ambassador.
Swear down.
With the goal of promoting Korean culture and tourism abroad. In some places in Korea,
got to love
ATEEZ
that.
is known as the K-pop group that conquered the US.
The reason why I love that is because obviously we had that, the biggest group that I'd heard of initially was EXO. And even to this day, I think EXO are like extremely successful in Korea. Because obviously BTS are like the biggest thing in the world. My goodness, who hasn't heard of BTS? So like that's them now. But then like EXO were like the first ones to. Well, no, it's weird because if we're talking international, but we're talking kind of more like in Asia, then you're probably looking at TVXQ, and then they're probably the biggest. But then you'd have to then say. That was in Asia, but then the biggest worldwide became Big Bang. I'm sorry, once again, male artists. I know female artists are going to be a bit different, so that's a whole different kind of conversation. But then I guess if we're then looking at worldwide, the first worldwide ones, I would then say that's so it'll probably be Big Bang, be the first worldwide ones, and then BTS, and then most likely ATEEZ then, because you have other groups. Obviously, you have like huge other groups who've done really, really well. Like Winner as well, who are successful worldwide. But I'm curious to see. But then you have like Monster Rookies, and then you have like ambassadors. So this is why I find it interesting. And when like fans of certain groups, or like when I say fans, but like the more the extreme fans of certain groups get too. They kind of push away the success and the hard work of other groups and other idols, because it's like no. Like everyone, it's almost like your peers. Just because you're working hard doesn't mean you should like look down on the success and the hard work of everybody else in your field. And I this is why I love being a multi-fandom channel, because I get to learn a lot about certain groups, especially the ones who may have not had the best come up and who've had to work from started from about and now we're here. Like ATEEZ, like 17, like even BTS. Do you know what I mean? So I like this kind of stuff, man. This has put a smile on my face. I'm glad that ATEEZ are so freaking huge, because once again, I've spent a lot of time on one side, or maybe not on one side, but on several sides of the K-pop world. So I think it's about time that I actually learn about these freaking awesome people.
ATEEZ has a very strong global fan base. After ATEEZ's 2022 US tour, some 100,000 people joined ATEEZ's official fan community.
Damn,
This
it's
is a
100k like
strong
that.
testament to the power ATEEZ holds and their ability to captivate the hearts of people all over the world. If you want to get to know the boys better, their fun and chaotic personalities are quite evident in their variety shows, KQ Fellas, Wanted series, Fever Road series.
Okay, I'll most likely start with KQ Fellas. So what I did with other groups, for example, TDXQ, they were the first, I would say, no, there's only 2 of them, but even still. They were the first groups that I did reactions for like that. Then Astro, and then 17. And I think like once I was able to kind of like learn the members through the shows, because even with this, it would be great for me to like obviously learn from this from this guide, but there's a lot of information, so there can also be information overload. Whereas in watching several videos of them weekly and then saying the names out loud and then hearing them engage and stuff is the kind of stuff that will help stick in my head. So yeah, I think KQ Fellas will most likely be the series from ATEEZ that I will start with to really get to know the members' names, the roles, their positions.
Special series.
Or like I did with
Stress
Enhypen
Update,
as well.
A variety show made by the Universe app. At this point, I'm sure you are itching to know more about each individual member, and I applaud you for being so patient. Let's get to know every
I applaud you
member
for
of
making this
ATEEZ.
video, so thank you. 18 ages. Boom, 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 boom. Hongjoong. So the captain, Hongjoong. Oh, okay, yeah. Hongjoong. I fully remember his face. It's the name to face, you know? Kim Hongjoong. Alright, so November 7th, 1998. Leader, rapper, composer, unofficial sub-vocalist, 5A. Fairly short. MBTI, INFP, A. Alright, so he's an introvert. I would never have thought any of ATEEZ were introverts with their freaking performance levels. ENTJ, by the way. Big up to Ease.
His captain.
Before we talk about all
Hongjoong,
that
Kim
is
Hongjoong.
Hongjoong, you should know that he is never called a leader, but a captain. ATEEZ and ATEEZ alike both call him their captain. And Yunho even said that the members have to pay him money if they mess up and call him a leader. Hongjoong was the first to join KQ in 2016.
Okay, yeah. So this answers my question of when I was like, if he's the first person, then wouldn't he be the leader? So, cool.
Though KQ Entertainment
My
was
question
not
was answered.
accepting trainees at the time, Hongjoong sent them a mixtape with a letter saying he wanted to be an artist who writes his own music. KQ taking a chance on this teenager would mark the beginning of a long and rewarding journey for Hongjoong, ATEEZ, and KQ Entertainment.
Wait, there must be more than that though. How does someone just write a letter to a company? Like, what are the steps? Because whenever I hear that, I'm always like, do you just write the letter and send it to them? Did he get in contact with the HR? I don't know. I don't know what the steps on the processes are. So yeah, if there's anybody that knows, do let me know. Or if it's like a link of where he talks about it a bit more in depth. I'd really like to know how people do that, because I understand that like now, especially with the internet and social media and stuff, it's a lot easier for the agencies and our labels to even put out there that they're even making new groups or making new idols, or if they need potential trainees and stuff like that for a while. So it's easier to kind of like look for that, and also it's easier for them to also put that information out there. But I'm curious as to how Kim Hongjoong basically did that as a teenager, and who he got in touch with, you know?
Hongjoong is one of the only 2 members that make up the 98 line. If you watch a lot of ATEEZ
Kim
content,
Hongjoong.
you'll end up hearing from multiple members that Hongjoong stands as the father of the group. Watching him will undoubtedly prove that statement as true. Hongjoong produces a lot of ATEEZ's songs, and even wrote over 40 songs for ATEEZ before debuting. This
Captain,
includes Sunrise,
producer,
Horizon, Good Lil Boy, Celebrate, Rocky, All About You, and ATEEZ's ethereal song Aurora, which is a favorite of 18's. He was, and is,
feel like I've
extremely
seen
passionate
Aurora.
about what he does, to the point of not sleeping, and that shows in the fruit of his hard work. An ongoing joke between ATEEZ and 18's is that Hongjoong doesn't know where the dorm is because he sleeps at the studio.
Oh,
As outrageous
that's actually super cute, but also, dude, get some rest.
as that sounds, Hongjoong does actually sleep in his studio a lot. Hongjoong loves learning more about his craft, and even spent extra time in Los Angeles after their 2022 tour to learn from a few producers here. Hongjoong is very serious when he writes ATEEZ's songs. He sees it as an opportunity to make a statement about life, love, and loss. He likes to write about the struggles
I was gonna read the lyrics.
we all face in life, but also all the ways that we overcome them. This is why you'll find many people crying to the songs he writes. Not only is Hongjoong a top-notch producer and songwriter, but he reforms clothes and many other items.
So he's just a straight up artist. My man's just a full-on creative.
18's love to see the most recent thing he takes and transforms. Hongjoong often uses his reforming to make a statement, which shows in the jacket he reformed while he was in America and wore to the Grammy Museum that said, "No one like me." Hongjoong loves encouraging people, and he loves people in general. He is a part of multiple social justice movements like the Polished Man campaign, which goal is to end child abuse. This is why you'll see him having one painted nail all the time. He is always thinking of ways to give back to the world and make 18's happy. He even made us a non-copyrighted vlog soundtrack and organized his own photography exhibition.
That's so nice of him. Oh, like, shit like this is why I get it. this is why I get it, man.
Just for 18's
Out there for
and
the
donate all
fans.
the proceeds to charity.
That's a vibe.
Some other hobbies Hongjoong has is
Kim
taking
Hongjoong.
pictures and making covers of his favorite songs. His most recent busking session included multiple covers of songs from artists he loves, like David Bowie and Michael Jackson. He has also made
Oh,
more official
might need to
covers
see this
with
live
his
performance.
personal content by Hongjoong.
Look at me now 매일이 같이 지내는 나를 좀 봐줘 시간조차 죽어버렸어 go 숨만 쉬어
Hongjoong is a standout rapper and very versatile in his style.
I wish I had that level of fucking swag, coolness. Performance on 10. I got to see more of like their like overall skills in Kingdom, and especially when you're seeing them season 2, when you're seeing them compared to like other greats as well, and it's like god damn, yeah.
His trademark is the laugh, giggle or chuckle he makes before he begins his verse.
It's almost like that little laugh before he goes off is almost like a don't take me seriously, but then he gets serious. Oh, that's literally his thing.
Many people find that if they hear Hongjoong laugh in a song, it is a guarantee that it's going to be amazing. Hongjoong is also a low-key singer.
It's a little
He sings in
preview
a lot
of
ATEEZ songs, which is
the
why his style
upcoming
is so
hype.
versatile. He likes to play around and test his limits when it comes to song creation.
It's giving. I don't know what I'm saying. It's giving. That's what am I fucking young? I'm old. I was so cringe. But it's that tone, and this is a positive thing. Reminds me a bit of like Maroon 5, which is mad considering that like they're on the higher notes. So for someone that's mostly a rapper, fucking hell, going in.
When you watch an ATEEZ stage, one thing you will undoubtedly notice is the almost crazy presence Hongjoong brings to the stage. When he performs, it is an automatic party.
It's that hype,
His
man.
facial expressions are very animated and range from extremely fun to extremely scary, depending on the song.
Also, I love choreos where like it's not just people doing their things or it's like split into parts, but like you'll be falling into them and it's just integrated into part of the choreo. So it's like things that almost look like accidents are actually part of the choreo. I love that kind of stuff. There he is, Kim Hongjoong.
Because of this, he earned himself a role as part of ATEEZ's Demon line, which you'll find out more about later. But it is important to note that Hongjoong is very capable in dancing as well.
Yeah, all of them are. Yeah, he's a straight up artist, straight up creative. Damn, the beat killer.
Understands English the most out of the group and helps translate for the members during American interviews. Though Hongjoong is extremely hardworking, recently you can notice that he allows himself to have fun and let out tension. And this makes ATEEZ very happy because...
What's great about that as well, if the leader is the person that's able to be serious but also be able to be relaxed, and so not just the leader but as a captain, there's times where it's like things could be like, they could be like serious moments, especially coming from like from pretty much nothing as a group and then having to build themselves up as a group and just kind of build up their exterior shells. There's times where I can imagine their exterior shells or their wall for tolerance must have been so high that maybe the other members might have just been like kind of exhausted or just kind of like on edge or tense. And then by him being a lot more relaxed and laughing or just being goofy or silly in certain situations, it's like, okay, cool. If the captain is relaxed, we can relax a bit more, you know? Sometimes it's like you look to the head and be like, okay, what are they doing? All right.
we all think he works too hard. Lastly, if there is anything you should know about Hongjoong, it is that his love for ATEEZ spans the length of the Milky Way. Everything he does is
love that.
for
The
us
length of the Milky
and
Way,
to
you know.
us. He loves talking to us and believes that we hung the stars in the sky. Recently, during the American tour, Hongjoong said something to ATEEZ that has now really become a foundational quote from ATEEZ to ATEEZ.
What did he say?
Say, no matter where you are and who you are and what you become, we will always be there by your side. Like this. So, okay, ATEEZ. Hey, don't cry. Don't cry.
I said, hey, don't cry.
If you cry, I will cry too, so don't cry. So, ATEEZ, you will stay with us.
His
ATEEZ,
empathy
right?
and connection to ATEEZ is like so powerful. No matter where you are, who you are, and what you become, we will always be there by your side. ATEEZ, you will stay with us like this, right? 18agers, 18, okay. That was Kim Hongjoong. Okay, so Seonghwa, Kim Hongjoong, the leader. Seonghwa. Park Seonghwa. Kim Hongjoong, Park Seonghwa. Sorry for like repeating it. I'm a bit, I don't know, but my brain's all over the place. So by me repeating stuff, I just remember things. That's just what it is, alright? Park Seonghwa. Oh yeah, so he's April 3rd. My guy. April 4th. Fellow Aries. And he's an E. Okay. So April 3rd, 1998. April 4th, 1991. Vocalist. I don't know why I'm gonna say it. Unofficial sub-rapper. 5'10", and he's ENFJ. So I'm pretty much the same apart from the F. That F is a T for me. So he's an extroverted, intuitive, feeling, and judger. So I'm an extroverted, intuitive, thinking judger. Park Seonghwa. Just naturally, I'm like, okay, this guy. Park Seonghwa. I give you everything. You're my everything. You're not alone. I'm always beside you. Park Seonghwa.
Seonghwa was the 5th member to join ATEEZ. He was close to giving up because he felt that he wasn't good enough. When the director of his dance school told him about a boy his age who was working very hard, this gave Seonghwa the energy to keep practicing. Seonghwa ended up auditioning to KQ. Later on, Seonghwa found out that Hongjoong was the boy his director told him about, and the one that indirectly gave him the strength to keep going. ATEEZ like to say that Hongjoong and Seonghwa debuting in ATEEZ together was destiny. For all intents and purposes, Seonghwa is the mother of the group. Now,
the mother of the group.
Following along, this would mean
Park
that he is
Seonghwa.
married to Hongjoong.
What? The mom and dad of the group.
엄마 아빠 가운데 앉고 야 자식놈들 들어와. 자, 엄마 아빠 큰아들, 둘째 아들, 둘째 아들. 그래요. 야.
Which tracks, because while Hongjoong and Seonghwa don't have a vast set of idol friends, they are each other's best idol friend. Seonghwa helps Hongjoong in controlling the craziness of the group. Though Hongjoong teases and acts like he doesn't like Seonghwa, they actually mean a lot to each other. One of ATEEZ's songs, Thank You, was written by Hongjoong to Seonghwa to express all the things he couldn't say to him.
Do you know what it is though? It's extroverts and introverts. But you'll realize is, especially being like EN, an intuitive, extroverted, intuitive person, just in general, you will just naturally clash a bit more with introverts, or introverts will clash with extroverts. Just introverts will always look at extroverts like, and it is what it is. My best friend's an introvert, and also my left-hand man. I think because I have three. I have my ultimate best friend who I was the best man for at his wedding for, and he's an introvert. He's literally exactly the same as me, but he's an I. He's an INTJ. I'm an ENTJ. So we're just sitting there, just cussing people. And I'm joking. I'm not joking, but we're just there, just like nah, like old grumpy men. But then my other close friends, the other vice captains, I'd say, they're introverts, and maybe one of them's an extrovert. So you tend to find out like introverts and extroverts can clash. But if you've both got powerful personalities, you can kind of learn to get to know each other. So it can seem like you're not that close, but it's just different personalities coming together, really.
Seonghwa and Hongjoong have one of the most popular ships, which is called Seongjoong.
Seongjoong.
They are not as vocal about it, but if you look closely at their interactions, you'll see their amazing friendship. Seonghwa is the second half of the 98 line and the oldest member in ATEEZ. Though Seonghwa
makes me
is both
feel old.
the oldest member and the mother of the group, it would be hard to pick him out of a lineup next to the 99 liners. He seamlessly fits in well with the 99-liners because of his ability to be very playful and bordering on chaotic on occasion.
It's only a 1 year difference though. I find it interesting whenever people talk, like, well, I say people, but whenever I come across like the age thing, like in Korea, because I understand if it's like 3 years and 5 years, because a lot can change in 3 years and 5 years, especially during the 2010s. So if you're growing up in the 2000s and you're a teenager in the 2010s, how whatever you was experiencing in 2012, it's going to be different to what someone was experiencing in 2015. So yeah, but when it comes to like 1 year, I'm like, come on, like literally most of the time 1 year isn't even a difference. I wasn't expecting that.
One thing you will hear constantly about Seonghwa is his ability to help members through tough times. He is a source of comfort for many of the members, and Woo-young himself said that he goes to Seonghwa for comfort. Seonghwa is one of the most caring people, and he extends this to all ATEEZ. In fact,
That's where the F is. Alright. Because he's ENFJ. That F right there is a lot, you know. that F that he has, my T and his F is what really switches it up. Because that's what allows him to have like a huge amount of empathy, is the feeling aspect of his personality. So yeah, I'm not
Seonghwa
surprised.
calls us his stars. This has more meaning when you learn that Seonghwa's name means to be a star.
On the first tour,
Oh, serious?
you guys were brighter than the star. Remember me? But now I see that you are the light of the stars.
I've got bars.
I'm always believe you.
Surprisingly, the Seonghwa you see today was nowhere to be found years ago. It took a long time to get him to the place he is today, self-esteem-wise. Seonghwa said that, pre-debut, he used to grow out his hair to hide his eyes and face because
Oh.
he didn't like the way he looked. He would practice really early in the morning or really late at night because he was afraid of someone hearing him sing. Now, he says, because of all of the love ATEEZ have shown him, he has learned how to love himself. Even more, according
so
to the
sweet.
members and Seonghwa himself, he is the most likely to be caught taking a selfie.
Yeah.
He couldn't imagine it before, but because ATEEZ call him handsome so often, he said he is able to see himself as handsome now.
그러면 일단은 요상이가 방금
Park
질문했으니까 제가 성화한테 성화 Who is the visual of ATEEZ?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I love that.
Seonghwa is known
Me?
for his amazing vocals and his outrageous performance abilities. Like Hongjoong, the person Seonghwa becomes is a 180 from who he is off stage.
It's all the time and effort and passion they put into their performance. Woo. I saw a comment basically saying that when I have a chance to also do fan cams of ATEEZ, which could be a shout one day.
Seonghwa is the second member of ATEEZ's Demon Line.
The
This
demon
title
line.
is rightly earned once you see for yourself his burning expressions, swift tongue movements, and
Hey, let's go.
Though Seonghwa debuted as a singer, he auditioned to KQ as a rapper. Recently, though, Seonghwa has gotten multiple chances to put his shockingly great rap skills out in the open. He has rapped on multiple songs, and ATEEZ are absolutely obsessed with the persona of rapper Seonghwa.
So the demon line is the rap line? It's almost like a totally different person when he switches to like singing.
Woo! Another thing you
I love watching
hear a
performances,
lot
man.
of how physically perfect Seonghwa is. We're not kidding. At a glance, it is quite obvious that Seonghwa has the most perfect teeth. But one thing that can be
Yeah, his
seen
teeth
from
are actually
afar
kinda-
are his perfect hands,
kinda mad.
lips, and nose. The ATEEZ staff claim the same.
Oh, alright, so I'm just a firm believer of no one's perfect, only because by putting pressure of saying someone's perfect, that as nice as that is, that can also be a detriment in the long term, because then people end up wanting to keep looking like the perfect version of themselves that people see. Is that even a fucking sentence? I don't know. But basically what I'm trying to say is, like, by putting that much pressure on somebody by saying they're perfect, it can make that person actually end up not feeling like if they need to match that perfection as the years go by. And this is why you see a lot of people like who claim to be like really perfect and extremely handsome when they're young, and when they get to that 30s and the 40s, it becomes a bit hard for them to deal with it. And I like to think that everyone's perfect in their own ways. He's extremely handsome, but there's a lot of extremely handsome people in ATEEZ, like a lot. So I'm only just saying that just because it's like I'm not a huge believer of saying someone's perfect. Because what a group of people might think is perfect to somebody may not be perfect to others, and then it just makes things a bit messy. Okay, maybe that's my annoying political views, or me being an old man. But yeah, that's just my one thing that, like, I as a adult watching K-pop content would like to try and just like slightly disconnect. Because the same thing with like, there's a lot of idols that people would call perfect, and then like when you hear about them later on, or when they're like not really about as much, when they do interviews, you hear about them basically just going through a lot of like times having to go on diets, even though they're already quite slim and they're very active. So they're definitely not people who need diets. And it's just the standards of perfection is like, if they're naturally perfect, that's great, but because they're entertainers, they have to also put in a lot of work to be this perfect versions of themselves when they're on stage. And I would also like to clearly say that every member of ATEEZ is perfect. And that's not me just fucking pandering to the 18-y, but that's genuinely me, how I like to think about people. I like to think everyone's perfect and everyone's ugly. That's just it, you know? If you see Mob Psycho 100, you know what I'm talking about, alright?
And Seonghwa himself also boasts of his perfect hands. One of Seonghwa's hobbies and passions.
Only thing I find perfect is my eyebrows, alright?
When each member of ATEEZ created their own series based on things that interested them, Seonghwa took it upon himself to create ASMR videos that were as funny as they were satisfying. Both ATEEZ and ATEEZ compare Seonghwa to a dragon, namely Toothless.
I
the
swear.
dragon from the movie How to Train Your Dragon.
Alright, I know I just had the whole perfect moment, but that fucking hairstyle was perfect, right? That's a perfect look right there. But at the same time, no one's perfect. Remember that, alright?
Seonghwa bears a striking resemblance to Toothless and has received countless plushies of the dragon. A skill not a lot of people know about Seonghwa is his makeup expertise. According to Seonghwa, he used to love putting makeup on when he was young. And he said, in a recent variety show, Stressor Things, when he was tasked to apply makeup on a ghost, that he was good at makeup. Seonghwa is also known to be
So
very
he could be
current
a
on
makeup
K-pop
artist.
girl groups. He knows a lot of their choreographies and is praised for covering them very well. All in all, Seonghwa is someone you want by your side during both the good times.
You see, because the guy on the left-hand side, I thought he was the visual before I really knew... We'll come across his name later. There's no point me saying a name and then getting it wrong. But I thought he was the visual of ATEEZ the whole time that I was getting to know ATEEZ. But then once again, this is where beauty is in the eye of the beholder, blah, 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 blah.
Times and the bad times.
The growing pain of youth is not something that you can go through alone. 18s are as bright as stars. Park Seonghwa. Okay. Yunho, the golden retriever. So I'm gonna guess his personality. It's got to be an E. If you're called a golden retriever, because I've been called that a few times, then you have to be an E on the personality type. ENFJ. What the fuck did I say? What did I say? Literally, another F? Maybe I'm just missing feelings. 6'1" as well, you know. Yunho. Main dancer, vocalist, 6'1", yep. He's tall. I just realised 6'1", golly.
Before we begin talking about ATEEZ's
That's a whole 2 inches taller than me. I'm just over 5'11".
I should begin by saying that Yunho is everyone's dog. I mean boyfriend. I mean husband. Honestly, he is all of those things. Shockingly enough, his birthday is actually on World Puppy Day.
귀엽죠? 멍멍이 같아. 여기 열심히 골든 리트리버. 강아지 뭐해? 뽑았냐면 대형견 같았어. 그런 매력이 있는 것 같아서 뭐.
왜 이렇게 윤호를 사랑스러운 눈빛으로 보고 있니?
나는 그렇게 보면 안 돼.
Something that is often said on ATEEZ Twitter is that everyone has a bias. But
see, even he's freaking handsome. That's what I'm saying. Like, everyone has like their own version of perfection. I'm just like, I don't know how y'all are choosing your biases in this group.
His boyfriend is Yunho. Yunho was the second member to join KQ. He joined 6 months after Hongjoong through an audition as a dancer and trained to become a vocalist and the main dancer. Not only is Yunho ATEEZ's ideal husband, but Yunho is beloved by all the members. At the risk of sounding like a cheesy teen movie, everyone wants to be Yunho or be with Yunho. ATEEZ's members often say
I want to be
he is one
6'1".
of the nicest people ever. He has the perfect height. He is amazingly talented, and he never loses his smile. This gift of happiness is something Yunho.
So that's the E. That E is the energy that you're feeling, like golden retriever aspect. But then that connection with people was the F for feelings.
Uses for the
so if you're 6'1" and you have good feelings as well.
Says that when everyone is losing energy, Yunho is the one to cheer them up and energize them. His goal for ATEEZ is to be a vitamin for us, and I can't think of anything that describes him
Just
better.
in the background.
사실 멤버들이 그때그때 텐션이 떨어지거나 조금 힘든 시기들이 있었는데 윤호는 그런 거 좀 아랑곳하지 않고 좋은 텐션으로 이렇게 결과물이 나올 수 있게 노력해준 것 같아서 너무 고맙고 그런 거에 대해서 따로 언급은 안 하지만 다 알고 있으니까 앞으로도 잘 부탁한다고 얘기하고 싶어. 고마워.
Just one look at Yunho's smile or a funny move just to make you laugh.
What the hell?
Forgetting why you were sad to begin with. An example of Yunho's encouraging spirit is a quote from him that said, "My self-motivating phrase is that I wake up every day and tell myself I can do it." He said that there is nothing you can't do.
That's
when you
pretty
put
much
your
all you
mind
need
to it.
to think about when
Yunho
you
is
start the
one
day.
of the funniest members of ATEEZ and the weirdest. Though Yunho is the first of the 99 liners and one of the oldest. What's great about him is that he doesn't mind coming off as odd if it means he is being true to who he is, or if it is to make someone happy. He once asked ATEEZ if they would
Wait, what?
Hoot. The answer was an unsurprising yes, and Yunho
What the fuck? Yeah. This is definitely some extroverted shit. Like, who asked this kind of question apart from an extrovert?
responded with "I know. I trust
Extrovert.
ATEEZ." Though Yunho has the superpowers to make any situation funny, he is not always a playful person. He is very hardworking and serious about his craft. Something you will find about Yunho as you venture further into the world of ATEEZ is that he is extremely competitive, which for him is okay, because Yunho hardly loses.
Yeah, that's once again part of the E. If you got the E and the N, intuitive. He's gonna be grinded, man.
Members call him lucky, and Yunho has confirmed that luck time and time again.
Probably from the positive karma he's putting out there. What was that? Man did his hit. Golly. I want to play that game.
A standout fact about Yunho is that he is an astonishingly great dancer. Being tall presents its own challenges to dancing, but Yunho seems to overcome them all with ease. During their training in Los Angeles, Yunho
and the thing is as well, his long limbs also, like, but it's like the perfect kind of height. Because when you're 6'1", because I find like 6 foot is just a normal height now. Like, because I'm just over 5'11", because when I stand next to my 5'11" friends, I'm just like, oh, you're quite short. But when I stand to someone that's like above 6 foot, I'm like, huh, you're a bit taller than me. But like, I don't find that this height like is that, because I'm 182, I think, is like the best height. But when you start, I have a friend who's 6'1", and I'm like, hey yo, you're like not too tall, not too short, and you just, so if you can move and you're active, or you're a sports person and you're 6'1", that's probably one of the best like height ratios, if you know what I mean.
Only member chosen by a choreographer at Millennium to record the dance video they would upload to YouTube. Yunho was also the only member to record a solo dance performance video to add to the 3KQ Fellas performance video.
Oh, sing!
Yeah, that's a fact. Hit his ass to the police, wonder where I'm at. Make so much money off this goddamn song. Still get in your ass like a goddamn thong.
Yunho's dance skills are something all the members aspire to. According to ATEEZ, Yunho helps them all with learning the choreography straight from the beginning, because his body has already memorized the moves. Yunho is very exact with his movements and catches the technicalities of a choreography almost immediately. This gives him a strong advantage in pulling off a powerful performance on stage.
Yeah.
Like the last two members I have already mentioned, in what seems to be the theme of ATEEZ, Yunho is also an excellent performer.
What? Hey. No, 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 no. Once again, the fan cams you were telling me to check out. Jeez.
Something that has been the topic on the minds of many an 18-y on Twitter is Yunho receiving more recognition for his dance skills. So, if you are...
So, if they're saying ATEEZ is some of the best dance groups, like idol dancers, then, and he's the main dancer in ATEEZ, I would love to see him and like the main dancer. I would just love to see a video of like the main dancers from each group having like dance battles or dance offs and stuff like that. I think that would be pretty cool. If there's something like that, let me know.
Please show our Yunho a lot of love. Yunho is also known for his golden vocals. His voice can range from a lower tone to a smoother high tone, and each sound is graceful.
After this part, after his section, I'm going to pause it because we've gone through 44 minutes of this video. There's around like 15 minutes left of that. But overall, it's been like an hour and a long video. So I'm going to be pausing it right after his section. Right after Yunho's section.
If it doesn't already seem like Yunho is perfect, Yunho is also an actor. He recently played a main role
anything
in
you
his
can't do,
drama,
crying aloud.
Imitation, and he did an amazing job.
근데 마하 옆에 친구로는 오래 있으려고요. 뭐? 긴장 놓지 마시라고요. 너무 여유로 보이시길래.
Acting is something Yunho has always wanted to pursue, and he plans to
How does he
see
find
where his
time, though?
acting career will take him. Also, Yunho, along with Hongjoong, served as a DJ for season 3 of Idol Radio. According to the group, Yunho is the one most likely to be caught playing video games. He wears this badge proudly and has no problem admitting to it.
Hey,
He likes to play in his room and does so a lot when
he knows what he enjoys. I think that's what matters,
An
right?
avid fan of Harry Potter and Spider-Man. Rather than an idol, his true dream is to be Spider-Man.
This is me. Okay.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
Was gonna do some acrobatics.
This great power. Okay. Wow.
Look at him, I was like, wait.
Great responsibility.
Everyone's having their own quotes, and my man's saying the Spider-Man quote. I love it.
Yes! Yes! Whoa!
Recently,
Oh, God.
on an interview
That's what happens when you have extroverts.
we found out that Yunho is the only member of AITZ that has a license and can drive. To sum everything up, Yunho is perfect and everyone should love him.
Oh, but I thought they got it right. With great power comes with great responsibility. I was like, I think that's taken already. So, after this phrase, I think they'll probably switch to the next person. Oh yeah, here's me saying they'll probably put with great power comes with great responsibility as a quote, and then I remembered his actual quote was, "Will you still love me even if I poop?" Alright, we're going to leave this here. Actually, should we find out who's going to be the next section? The next person's going to be Yo-sung. Alright, we're going to leave this here. I'm going to take a screenshot of where I am as well, so then I know where to kind of come back to. 4632. But thank you so much for watching part 1 of my ultimate guide to ATEEZ 2023 version. And remember, if you enjoyed this video, do hit a thumbs up and go to the original channel, which is of all of the Kennys. Subscribe to them if you're an 18-y. Also make sure to like the video there. Leave some comments, so then that also grows sends traffic to their channel. And yeah, and if you enjoy my reaction, feel free to share my reaction on to wherever the fuck you watch and share stuff. I don't know, man. Just do what you want to do. Thank you so much for watching. Also remember, if you want extra content throughout the week when I'm not making YouTube videos, then do check out the Patreon link down below. I make a lot of content, and I do want to check out the KQ Fellas series. I'll probably I need to find a slot in the week where I can do it, because now that I'm working more physically, a physical real job, I need to make sure that I don't burn myself out and find slots of where to do my variety shows and stuff like that. So I haven't got a schedule as of yet, but if you just go to my Patreon, you'll see that I'm uploading quite frequently. So feel free to check them out. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'm really enjoying this. So I'm really excited to find out more about the rest of the members of ATEEZ. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Peace.